Now let's say that you'd actually taken the book that you'd read back to the library and you don't have it in front of you anymore. This is where you want to make use of the Zotero plugin that you have installed into your chosen web browser. And I've got lots of plugins installed in my version of Chrome at the moment. This is Zotero here. The important thing to understand is it looks slightly different depending on what web page you're on. So here, because we're just on a Google search page, it just interprets this as a web page and it's not going to give us very much useful information from this page. But if I was to go to the Amazon website into a page where I've actually searched for a particular book, if I choose that book, we'll find that the Zotero icon changes when the page finishes loading. So now we can see that Zotero understands this Amazon web page and it can pull sensible bibliographic information from Amazon directly into your Zotero library. Now you need to make sure that you've got Zotero running in the background, otherwise this isn't going to work. It doesn't have to be in front of the Amazon page, you can have it shrunk down at the bottom of the screen. Now I'm going to go and click on the little book icon and it's going to drop that straight into the most recently used collection. Now you could click on this arrow and choose a different collection if you wanted to put it somewhere else, but we've only got one collection at the moment and that's it. If I jump into Zotero now, we can see that we've got our entry for Semiotics the Basics with all the different fields already populated that we might need to use in our bibliography. So it's important to understand we're just gathering references at the moment. We are not generating a bibliography, we're just making sure that we have a good reference library available so that when you start writing your essay, you've got all this information available to you. So do get this information into Zotero while you're doing your reading. Don't wait until you finish the essay to actually pull all this information into your Zotero library. Now for my next example, I'm going to use Google Scholar, and if you haven't encountered Google Scholar before, the web address is scholar.google.co.uk. It's just a different version of the Google search engine that is only going to return information about academic articles. And I'm going to do a quick search in here for primates trichromatic vision. So this is a free search engine that you can use, and as we can see it's pulled up information about a number of different articles. Now the Zotero icon has actually turned into a little folder. So what this is saying is that you can just choose the items from these search results that you want to pop into your Zotero library. So I'm just going to tick the first three for instance, and when I click on OK, again we're going to see Zotero working through all of these different references and dropping these into my Zotero library, and one of them appears to have the full text included. Now you'll notice that this search engine probably looks quite a lot like the general library search that you can do through your university website. That is a good thing to try out with Zotero as well, because you'll find that Zotero may work in a very similar way. Google Scholar is taking us to all the landing pages for the various publishers that are going to give us links to reference information about articles, but they won't always include the full text. So Google Scholar is a good place to start if all you want is the reference information, because that's normally free to access from the various publishers of journal articles. In this instance we have actually got the full text item. We can double click on that and launch it, but you won't always get this. So try this out with the Imperial College London library search as well. You might find that you've got more access to full text items, and that's great to store in your Zotero library. If I click on the top of this entry here, we can see that we've got all the reference information that we need on the right hand side. Now alternatively, rather than clicking on the yellow Zotero folder icon, you could go into the Google Scholar search, click on a specific article, and it should take you to the landing page for that publisher. But because I'm not studying at university at the moment, I don't have access to this particular journal and it's asking me to pay. However, I can still clip the reference information that I might want to use, and rather than worrying about any buttons that we've got on screen talking about downloading citations, I'm just going to go up to the Zotero link and we can see that now it understands this page as a Nature Publishing Group page. I'm going to click on it. I'm not going to get the full text this time around. We can see it's tried and it's actually got an X there, but if I go into Zotero, I have at least got all the reference information that I might want to use.